This last USC game, I realized I needed tickets about 10 minutes before kickoff. Went on Game Time, got the seat I wanted within seconds. Buying tickets to your favorite events can be daunting and really take away from the overall event experience. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ALMOSTPRO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code ALMOSTPRO for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Yay Networks.
All right, welcome back, guys. We are back here again at Almost Pro USC Football Podcast.
Yep.
Something our guys, the Tommy Group, and everyone put together, and we're been going along strong. I got my guy Boogs here.
Yes, sir.
Co-host.
Co-host Boogs.
We got some exciting things here. We got Deuce Robinson on. We got Dennis Lynch on.
What a guy.
And we have the LA national legend, Keyshawn Johnson.
LA national legend.
I mean, the man.
No, just a guy, man. I'm just a guy.
Thank you for being on.
Oh yeah, no.
Appreciate it. You are a fellow Tommy Group person, but you made time to do this, and
I was hoping it got canceled though. I really was.
Oh man, that's why we love you. Well, look, want to jump into it because I grew up literally like as a diehard USC, LA, grew up watching you, biggest fan. And it's interesting now to see, be with you, be friends with you, be in this USC community. Be curious to know, just kind of getting into it, the difference between the program and what you think is going on at USC now than your time then.
Oh man, I would first glad to be here, but I would say, the difference is the expectations, I think, are a little different because where college football is opposed to where it was when I was playing. There was so much parity in college football at the time that I was playing, and that's not the case now. They're trying to get it there, but there's only like, I don't know, you talk about it, there's only maybe 7 teams that stand out. That Alabama's in it every year, Georgia's in it every year. Oregon's gonna always hover around to some degree. Texas is back, Michigan, Ohio State. Those teams are always in the mix. And it wasn't really necessarily that way with us when we were playing. Plus you have like a true playoff scenario and situation now where when we played, it was the Rose Bowl. You go to the Rose Bowl, you that's all we really cared about. And then the AP, UPI, they would make the decision on who would be the national title, national champion, based on your regular season record, where now it's all about how many wins can you compile, how many losses can you avoid so you can be in that conversation at the end in the Final Four, which will extend, I think, to 12 in the next year or two. They're extending it out. So it's a little different as far as that go. In terms of just the way USC's football program is now, obviously with NIL, it's a totally different ballgame. Yeah. I mean, I was being paid, but I was being paid differently. My stipend was a little more than most people's stipend. Let's just put it that way. But it's so much different now.
What's your actual gut, true thought on what's going on with NIL and transfer portals?
It's fine.
You like it?
Yeah, it's nothing. I'm glad the kids can leave and go play somewhere else if they don't feel like the university that they're at is giving them the best opportunity to succeed. Right. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Right.
Coaches leave. Why can't players leave? Coaches will bounce quick. I mean, they'll take a job on a Monday, then leave on a Thursday because something else came up that's better. Right. We've seen it, and I have no problem with kids doing it. I have no problem at all. NIL is a thing, and if NIL was around when I was around, they would literally have to put me on layaway because it would be so expensive. It would be so expensive.
I agree.
Guys talk about who's making the money now. It's like, man, you have no idea.
Right.
If we had the NIL back then, crazy.
If the transfer portal was around when you were there, would you have used it?
Oh, me personally?
Yeah, you personally.
No, I wouldn't have had to.
Okay, so you were
I never sat, so it wasn't no problem for me.
I like that.
And then if you are using the transfer portal to chase money, then you in the wrong business anyway. Because your real money is at the end.
I agree.
The money that they're giving you, this little $250,000, $300,000 you making, that's really nothing.
Right.
If you are good, you're gonna quadruple that.
I also think the good thing is kids getting kind of exposed to this now or early in their career. It's not like this shock to the system when they all of a sudden have the $40 million contract.
Yeah, I mean, it's still
or $5 million for that matter.
I would look at it this way: most of the guys who are good players that were not a part of NIL were getting money anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So when you are,
but is that something that was just not spoken about?
No, everybody know people got paid. That's not
right.
You
heard it here first on Almost Pro.
People in the SEC been getting paid forever.
Undercover information.
UNLV basketball team in Tark them got paid forever.
UCLA basketball team
back in the 60s was getting paid for it. So it's not.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? People act like it's like, it's not. People been getting paid forever. I mean, it's not, I don't care. They can't do nothing to me.
Yeah.
I'm from LA and played ball in LA and went to school in LA, but when it was time for me to take care of my mom and stuff, somebody had to fit the bill.
Sure.
I couldn't fit it.
Sure. So
somebody somewhere had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Now you say, well, it was against the rules. Okay, and?
Yeah.
Big deal.
Right.
I
agree.
I lived in the Worcester corridor, by the way.
As you should have. Speaking of which, so did you grow up? Did you know you were wanting to go to USC? Was that a thing that you wanted?
Yeah, I grew up across the street from the school, so I was going there out the gate. Originally, I was going to go to the University of Miami. Then Coach Erickson left because at the time Larry Smith was the coach at USC, and he wasn't recruiting the inner city kids. He came from Arizona. He took over for Ted Toner. Yep. They had a stacked roster, and the roster he had was going, they was going to the Rose Bowl, fighting for Pac-12 championships, whatnot. And he eventually didn't want to recruit the inner city kids. He was like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, he was bizarre, recruiting dudes out in the suburbs and things of that nature when the strength was in the inner city. So Washington, Cal, Nebraska, Colorado said, you know what? They slipping. We getting ready to come in there. And that's how Washington became a powerhouse, even though DJ had them going anyway. But they would come and get the players out of LA. Nebraska would come get the players out of LA. Colorado, that's how Colorado won the national championship on the national championship team. It was tons of players from the city that was on there because Larry Smith didn't want to do it. So when I committed to Miami, then all of a sudden, Coach E leaves and goes, he went to Seattle to go coach at the Seahawks. And I decommitted from there. Then Washington, I was going to go to UW. Then they went on Tylenol probation, which was funny because I was talking to Jen about it last night, our new AD.
They went on Tylenol probation?
Yeah, it was like some, it was called Tylenol probation. It was
like a mini?
They were selling Tylenols. The players were selling Tylenols.
Wow.
Like it was weird. They had
like a Tylenol player scandal?
Yeah, but Tylenol wasn't like the normal Tylenol like we take over the counter. This was like, it was Tylenol,
code name.
but it was like some sort of codeine or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they were selling. So they wound up going on probation. And so I said, okay, they fired Larry Smith, they hired JR. And I'm like, this is nothing to even talk about. It's over, done.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, well, he's going to SC now. I was like, yeah, that's the bottom line, across the street.
Never looked back.
Nah, why would you?
What would you say could you say you have one defining moment when you're at SC? Or
really, to be honest with you, is really cornballish is graduating from school.
That's good to hear.
It's real cornballish for an athlete to say.
That.
It's like, graduation. No, but actually, our school, I don't know what it is like. I'm assuming it's pretty much the same academically, the challenges and the stress level, but they would kick your ass out at USC if your academics wasn't up to par.
Yeah.
It was people don't understand that. They think because you're a football player, you automatically get to skate.
Yeah.
No, man, now when we was in school, they was like, man, we lost so many good players because of the academic and eligibility and stuff like that. And they was like, get the dude out here, man.
Yeah.
And so, and we had to keep a certain GPA as a team to be able to do certain things. So I don't know if it's like that now with y'all or what, but back then, it wasn't no messing around.
Oh no, they don't play about school at all. I mean, they'll take someone's minutes off that. They have a whole list of strikes. I mean, one thing we have is accountability. Deuce was obviously a freshman, now, but my first year here, I think it was January, his first time on campus, that first week, accountability.
Yeah.
It's missed assignments, missed meals. We had, I think, 133 up downs we had all together.
Now, see, they wasn't punishing you. They was taking your scholarship.
Yeah.
Like when dudes mess up in spring and I go spring ball, they like, man, it's not even, fall under that 2 point, I think it was 2.5. You fall under that, they like, get this dude out of here.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Those up downs.
I think you're such a prominent figure, Keyshawn, that everyone knows your accolades in college and NFL and everything. But I feel like people just think where everything's handed to you. Was there? What was it like going from college to the NFL? Was there a struggle there? Was there a struggle out throughout?
As far as playing wise,
yeah. Well,
my first year, we went 1-15. But our coaching staff
was that one of the first times you're on a losing team?
Oh yeah, I ain't never lost. I don't even know what that feels like.
Now you do.
Well, yeah, but even so though, I was
terrible.
At that time. I'm like, nah, man, this is not it.
Right.
And we had a coach and a staff that it was a joke.
Right.
But they fired them, brought in Parcells, and then everything just hit the ground running.
Right.
The way it was supposed to be. It was tough trying to understand sleepless nights.
Yeah.
And trying to understand how to get a win, how to figure this out. And, once I realized that these coaches aren't going to be here, it's going to be greater later. It's like, okay, cool. That's what it is. Yeah. And coming from LA and going to New York and being the first pick of the draft and all the different things. I mean, I would consider it was a dream come true. It was what you dream of.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the toast of the town.
Yeah.
I mean, it was me, Derek Jeter, and Patrick Ewing and the hockey dude.
Messier.
Messier, right? Was it Messier?
Sounds right.
I think it was Messier. Whatever. But that was like the New York thing, right? And I was from LA. I was in the middle of.
Makes sense.
I was in the middle of all the hip hop. You got the Pac over here. You got Big over there. You just.
Oh yeah.
I was in the middle of all that.
It was rolling.
So it was fun. It was a different life.
100%. Were there moments where there was a struggle? Were there hard moments?
Nah, none at all, man. Other than being 1-15, I was good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I was real good, and you live your life, you party, the velvet rope. Put it this way, I didn't have to call Terz to get into nowhere. That's for damn sure.
Oh.
I didn't have to be like, yo, they tripping at the door. It wasn't like that. They see you walk up, they boom, come on in, man. It wasn't one of them, hold on. We'll see if we can get you in.
Well, your credentials.
Didn't you have your own place too?
I had a restaurant here in Beverly Hills, yeah. But that was like 2 years after I was already in the league. But it wasn't like that. You was treated, it was different. Because in LA at the time, it wasn't hospitality groups, so to speak. It was promoters.
Sure.
And so it was individual promoters that had nights at different venues.
Yeah.
And so you knew the promoters that had the nights at a different venue, right? It would be like, Stereos tonight,
Tuesdays,
or the Tunnels tonight, or Pink Elephants tonight.
Yeah.
So you was like able to go to all them little different joints.
And I asked this to everyone. I'll be asking Deuce in a second.
Yes, we will be.
Did you have any superstition before a game?
No.
Or the night before?
Mm-mm.
Do you have any now?
No.
So you have no ritual?
No.
It's so crazy.
I don't have one either.
So interesting.
No, I didn't know superstition.
Did you listen to music before?
I
I always listened. Yeah, I drove to the stadium and listened to, really, it was Pac and Biggie, really. It was really, for the most part, was in my
Finally.
car.
Some rap music.
Finally, I know.
I mean,
everyone's the calm.
Everyone's been playing R&B before a game.
Yeah.
No, man. I was on some
You got to get hyped.
different shit.
Exactly. Like what the hell? Yeah. That's, okay,
I was on some
Great.
I was way different. I was a different.
Why different?
I was just different type of dude. I get to the stadium early. Everybody else come later. I was always one of the first dudes at the stadium because I just wanted to see what it was.
Yeah.
Get my feel.
Well, that's a good ritual.
No, it's not really a ritual though. Because what I was doing, I just want to get there early.
Yeah.
If I got there later, it's fine, but I like to get there early. I like to be ready to go. sit out on the bench, just chill.
Yeah. Did you know when you were playing that you were going to want at some point to be a voice in the media?
Oh, yeah. That was out the gate. Yeah, because when I first got drafted in the league, I only wanted to play 10 years. I played an extra year just because my offensive coordinator from the Jets was now in Carolina. And when I left the Cowboys, I didn't want to, I was just like, I don't feel like playing football. And so everybody started calling like a day later. And he said, I was in St. Louis in a business meeting, and he said, why don't you just fly down and come and just sit and talk to us for a little bit. And so I said, man, I don't really feel like playing football. And so he said, just come. So I said, all right, man, I'm going to come. You're my guy. So I went down to Carolina and sat in the hotel, talked to him and the general manager and whatnot. And we did a deal on a napkin like a movie, right? And it's like one of those deals. He was like, what's it going to take? I said, man, shit. I don't feel like playing. He's like, but we need you. Steve was, you saw what happened to Steve this past year against Seattle, da-da-da. So I wrote the number down, gave it to him. So we can't do that. I said, well, what do you want me to do? I wrote the number back. Gave it back to me. I wrote it back again. I said, man, if y'all can do that, we got a deal. He gets up, calls the owner, tells the owner, come back, say, think we got a deal, man. All right, cool, let's go. And that was pretty much it. I played the 11th season, but I only really wanted to play 10. Yeah. Just didn't, my body, my mind. Yeah. I accomplished a lot early. I made a lot of money early. I went to Pro Bowls, Pro Bowl MVPs, when the Pro Bowl was a real Pro Bowl, not a flag football game, Super Bowl. So I was like done. You know, I was already kind of like checked out, but I went ahead and played my 11th season. Yeah. And then after I left Carolina, everybody wanted me to keep playing. I'm like, no, but I'm going to go to TV. I'm good. Yeah. I'm straight. I'm about to get this career in TV for the last 17 years.
Yeah. So, do you have any goal right now in TV?
No.
There's not one thing that you want to go to? No. Talk show host, take over.
Nah. Everybody. I'm gonna
try that for you.
Everybody wants to be big, right? Everybody wants to be big.
You're just doing your thing.
I am big. I don't even trip. You see what I'm saying? People
That's
feel
good advice.
Feel like they want to be big. Like, oh, I got to be a star. Like, man, I'm a star. I'm good. I'm good within myself, And so a lot of people chase different things, and so. That's just never been me.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a podcast star.
That's why you see guys and it's no knock on them. You do whatever you feel you need to do. Yeah. I'm just not trying to be on 1,000 different shows. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be no actor. I don't need no sitcoms. I don't need none of that shit. I'm good right where I'm at.
I think that's very good advice.
No, I'm good.
I haven't heard too many people say that.
Man, they be chasing. I'm so good. Yeah. Everybody like, oh, Instagram and social media and Facebook and all them. Man, I'm good. I'm so good. I don't need pictures of me posted. Yeah. No, I'm good. Every now and then, you put your family out there, something like that, or me and you and our people when we hang out, but I don't need you seeing every time I eat.
Right.
It's just not.
Makes sense.
Makes 100% sense.
Right? I mean,
tight.
I'm like the worst person to talk to when it comes to the paparazzi type people. They don't even bother filming me because they already know within that industry, he ain't gonna say shit. So why are we putting it in his face? He ain't gonna say nothing. I'm giving you zero. It's just a waste. It's a waste of time. And that's the way I've always been throughout my career, man. I just keep it nice and tight. I like for people to wonder and gossip. That's what I like. I like for people to sit around and wonder and gossip.
The mysterious era.
Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that you sit there trying to figure out what I'm doing.
What's he on?
I like that. Before, which leads us into our youngin here, Deuce Robinson. But before we, kind of jump into that, do you have anything that you would say to give advice to kids now, or especially athletes that are coming up? Is there something that you wish you had known?
Wish I would have known? Not necessarily. No, I think what I've known growing up helped me shape to where I am now. But the advice that I would give to people, I mean, it's the basic shit, right? Work hard, study.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the basic thing. Sure. If you, it's like 3 things that you do: stay out of trouble, work hard, and study up.
Right.
You'll be good.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Because if you stay out of trouble, then that means you've been working hard, which means if you're working hard, that means you're studying up. So, but if you all of a sudden staying in trouble all the time, that's because your priorities is in the wrong area.
Makes sense.
You know, and a lot of people don't realize, like, how could he be the number 1 overall pick? Well, I got to be the number 1 overall pick, not just because I was good on the football field and I dominated college football, but I didn't have no red flags.
Yeah.
All my red flags was when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So when they came to do their investigation, Shaq Harris say, I must have paid somebody. Him and Dick Haley said, I had to pay somebody. I had to pay somebody because they couldn't find nothing.
Yeah.
Wasn't nothing to find.
Yeah.
Wasn't nothing to find because I didn't give you anything.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't do shit. It was like, I'm going to school. I got a few, friends that I'm going to be on campus with.
Sure.
That's pretty much it. I play football. And
Simple.
then when it's over with, it's keep it simple.
Yeah.
Rather than a lot of guys, you see them, they want to get out and be in it with their chains on and popping.
Hanging with books.
Ooh, hanging they whips. It's like, say, man, where you going in your car? Where you going?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I need to get this. I need a Bentley. Where you going?
You're going nice guy.
But where you going? Because you're gonna pull up to the place with the Bentley, and I'm going to pull up in the Uber, and you're going to have the bottles. But guess what? At the end of the day, they going home with me.
Top of night.
With my crazy schedule, I barely have time to do anything. This last weekend, I had to get last-second tickets for my mom. Had no idea what to do. Went on Game Time, got it done within seconds. The app is so seamless and so easy, especially for someone like me that barely can use apps. I went on, simple pictures, got to see where the seating was, got to know the prices. It took me a matter of seconds, figured it all out, got it done. You shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their best price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. The Game Time app is easy to sign up, and I was able to find upcoming events near me and know I was getting the lowest prices guaranteed. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event, and even an hour after it starts. It's the place to find last-minute seats. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event, and even an hour after it starts. It's the place to find last-minute seats. And with zone deals, you pick the section and Game Time picks the seats for an average of 18% savings. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ALMOSTPRO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code ALMOSTPRO, ALMOSTPRO, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. So we moving on to Deuce here. So Keyshawn, the way we've done this show that I think's been pretty fun is have different guys on and have some youngins on and really have an open chat, which I'd love you to
figure out what's wrong with their team.
Here we go.
Said very well. So Deuce, thank you very much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. I want to jump into a couple of things. So your background, you were top prospect, number 1 tight end in the country, coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a baseball guy.
And a baseball guy.
Yeah.
So you play baseball too? I do
And
too.
baseball.
Dual
You
threat.
play at SC?
Yo.
Oh, okay. I played baseball growing up all the way till I got to SC. I had to pick one sport.
Oh, okay.
Really. I could have played, I guess, but I just wanted to focus in on football. But baseball, I fucks with that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like baseball.
Outfitter?
They think it's bored. Man, so I caught young and then I got big, tall. So then I started playing in the outfield, but I pitched. And then after I pitched, I'd move to first base some. So I kind of played everywhere third.
Yeah.
I didn't play short or second, but I enjoyed catching. But then once I got taller,
It's so
it was just
hard.
it was
It's so rough on
hard.
the body, yeah.
It was hard to stay on my knees that long. But baseball's that's my thing.
Yeah.
It's rare to be a 2-sport athlete nowadays.
It is because if your focus has got to be there, right? For you got to pick and choose what sports you want to play because if every now and then you get a guy who can do it, and excel at both. But it's hard as hell to do both and be top dude.
When you got a name like Deuce, though,
So
Deuce
what you playing?
Star too.
Deuce means
I'm
two.
outfitter.
So you playing the outfield,
Yo,
center,
yeah.
left, right.
I'm a center fielder, but
Okay, so you got range.
I like to think so. But
So What was the defining moment to choose to come to USC?
That's a good question. So I was ranked as a tight end coming out of high school, but in high school I never played tight end.
Yep.
I played everywhere, but never put my hand in the dirt. I was our ex.
Yep.
I was our ex in high school. And so the only reason, I was labeled as a tight end was just because I was bigger than everyone.
Size,
Yeah, I was bigger. I was bigger than a receiver or than a typical receiver, right? But I could always run. And we always tried to get it changed, right? Because then schools started to recruit me as a tight end.
Yeah.
They saw what I was, what I was rated as. So I started to be recruited as a tight end.
You went to Pinnacle, right?
I did go to Pinnacle.
Same as Dorian and who else?
Dorian, Elijah Page,
Nico Mannion.
Nico Mannion, Spencer Rattler went there.
Oh yeah.
So we've had
I didn't realize Spencer Rattler was from Arizona.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't realize that.
He played
from
basketball
Phoenix.
there.
Powerhouse.
I didn't
basketball.
realize he was from Arizona though.
But we had always tried to get it changed to receiver. Because I knew, I wasn't gonna be a typical tight end.
Yep.
Especially I wasn't gonna be a typical tight end. And I wanted to play receiver in college. But as I started to go on, I was being recruited as a tight end. And it kind of came down to, so originally I thought I was gonna go to Oklahoma when Coach Riley was there. Because they were recruiting me as an inside receiver. Like they told me I wasn't gonna put my hand in the dirt at all.
The Oklahoma degree is horse shit.
Oh no.
You don't want that's not what you want.
Don't sugarcoat it.
Hey.
I mean, it's the
Tell me how it
reality of it. It's not a good degree. I don't care.
Get a USC degree sooner.
Hey, yeah.
I agree.
But,
though. I agree.
Crazy.
You
It's
didn't
poetry.
go to
But
Oklahoma.
then Coach Riley came to SC. And man, my first visit to SC did not go well. It was
How come?
So it was 2021. It would have been my sophomore year. They were playing Utah. They might have had maybe 10,000
But Riles
people.
wasn't here though.
No, Riley wasn't here. That was when they had the whole, they fired
Coach Helton.
fired Helton
I was there.
after
Holy
what,
cow.
the second game of the season or
Yeah.
something.
Clay got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Program was all over the place. They maybe had 10,000 people in the stands.
Oh gosh.
Drake,
It was rough moments.
yeah, Drake London was there. He was doing his thing.
Yep.
But it just didn't feel
good.
No. So then I had kind of, crossed SC out of my mind. And then Coach Riley came to SC and I took my visit, my OV over the summer. Absolutely loved it.
You love the campus. You love the people.
Man,
what-
everything about it. I had built some really good relationships with a bunch of the guys in my class. At that point, Malachi had flipped.
Yep.
They had just gotten Zach. Zach had just committed because Zion was there. So I had built some great relationships with guys in my class. I had built a relationship with Caleb when he was at Oklahoma and he hosted me on my OV. So it was great. But at that point, I was still being recruited as a tight end. And so Georgia was my other top school. I knew it was going to be SC, Georgia, or Texas.
And
Those were
always
my-
both sports, or did you want to
Always.
choose? Did you want to choose one?
Mhm. No, always all three sports. I had great relationships with all the baseball coaches at all three of those schools.
Okay.
They were all, actually at Georgia and Texas. I had talked to the baseball coaches had offered me before the football coaches even knew about me.
Got it.
And so that's how I knew they were serious, right? Because all these programs can say,
Sure.
we want you to play baseball after football because football tells them. But we knew like, okay, these guys are serious about letting me play baseball or about, me playing two sports. But then it kind of came down to either SC or Georgia. And I was kind of like, okay, if I'm going to play tight end in college with what Georgia had been doing with their tight ends, within the past 5 years, I'm going to end up going to Georgia. This past summer, SC got a new baseball coach, Stankiewicz, and he came from GCU. And he was recruiting me at GCU on the baseball side, knowing I wouldn't go there because GCU doesn't even have a football program.
Right.
He comes to SC, and so me and him have an absolutely fantastic relationship. And then Coach Riley comes on my home visit. He tells me, if you come here, you're gonna play receiver. And I mean, he said like you're gonna be used in a lot of different ways.
Yep.
But we want you to be a receiver here. And after that, man, the rest is history.
Are you the only two-sport football, baseball athlete that I see right now?
So as of right now, I think so. Because we had Austin.
Austin's a guy.
Austin's a dog, man. But he's just baseball now.
Yeah.
Mario Williams, coming out of high school, he was a two-sport guy. But in college, he just never ended up playing baseball. So I think as of right now, I'll be our only two-sport guy.
Man, just imagine if you had to live in Oklahoma when your career was over. Wow.
Man.
Versus California.
Man.
Boy,
hey,
that'd have been rough.
No podcast,
Man,
oh,
no
man. Just think about that, man.
No podcast.
But
living in Norman, Oklahoma.
But
do you have a superstition or a ritual before your game?
Not crazy. I always have a box of Mike and Ice before the game.
A who?
Box of Mike and Ice.
Mike and Ice.
Candy.
Oh, Mike buy some Mike and Ike's.
He has a box.
A box.
A box of Mike and Ice.
Yeah.
You have one before each game?
Yeah. I always
a nice
have some Mike and
sponsor
Ice.
for the Tommy Group podcast.
I always have some Mike and Ice before the game.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
When did that start?
It's beginning of high school. Yeah, been doing it since I started playing in high school, and it's worked out so far. So I kept doing it.
I love it. You have any other questions on him?
Deuce, so we have a thing called Brotherhood where we all have our own group with a different coach that we probably aren't as close with on the team. So obviously I wouldn't have a DB coach as mine, or he wouldn't have a receiver coach as his. And we're obviously in the same group, So I learned that Deuce has a dog back home. That's his partner in crime. So talking to you about that, and he's being a dog guy.
Yeah, I'm a huge dog guy. I had never had a dog growing up until, man, we got my dog in 7th grade. Parents got him for
the
us
dogs, man.
Parents got him for us as a Christmas present, as an early Christmas present. I remember coming home from school on the last day before Christmas break, and he was sitting there. He was like 3 weeks old at the time. And so, it's just been cool because he's grown up with us. We've had him literally since he was born. Dogs are never going to change, right? Like, on your best day, they're going to be the same, and on your worst day, they're going to be the same. Like, humans can feel when you have a good day or a bad day, right? And they're always gonna, try to ask you about it, try to talk to you about it, try to comfort you. Dogs can't talk to you, right? So they're just always gonna comfort you in their own way.
I feel like my dogs can talk to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw a social media post on that.
I love it.
Verbatim.
Man, my dogs, they can talk without talking, but they sure know how to communicate to get what they need.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. If one does something way crazy, they just know. I mean, it's the wildest thing ever.
Yeah.
And when the water thing is down, they know how to drag it across the floor to bring it to us to let us know that they don't have any water in the container.
Your dogs might be from Cybertron. I'm hearing.
No, they.
We'll discuss more dogs when we come back. We're gonna take a break, and we got Dennis Lynch coming on. So thank you, Deuce. Thanks all. Probably like a lot of you, I love sports. I think I love sports more than anyone. But you know what I really love? Playing daily fantasy sports. When NFL playoffs come, I find myself constantly in my car, at my desk, on PrizePicks, checking my stats, checking my picks. It is the most fun, and I can't wait. PrizePicks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America. It is the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS. It's just you against the numbers. Take the pros and sharks out of the equation, pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and watch the winnings roll in. PrizePicks adds a ton of excitement to the sports viewing experience. Watch your progress update in real time, Win up to 25 times your entry amount and cash out your winnings with quick scoring, settling, and withdrawals. The PrizePicks app is so easy to use and allows me to play daily fantasy sports anywhere. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. PrizePicks offers projections on any sport that you watch. This includes NFL, NBA, MMA, boxing, and many more. Go to prizepicks.com/almostpro and use code almostpro for a first deposit match up to $100. Again, visit prizepicks.com/almostpro and use code almostpro for a first deposit match up to $100. Daily fantasy sports made easy. We have an exciting one here. We got Denis Lynch on.
How's it going?
Thank you for being here.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate it. Wanted to kind of jump into this actually. Hear your background, why you came to SC.
Yeah, so I started kicking around my junior year of high school because our senior kicker was leaving, and so we needed a kicker. I played soccer my whole life, and our soccer team in high school was we were quite good. We never ended up winning anything.
Where was this? What high school?
Newberry Park High School.
Yeah.
Oh, you went to Newberry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
So yeah, so I know I was in the marching band when a bunch of these people were playing, and so
That's amazing.
yeah, so I was in the marching band. One of our coaches, Bookie, I was playing in the marching band when he was playing on the field,
Yeah.
and I always tell him that. It makes me feel kind of old. But
So you played with Cam?
no, I was in the marching band.
No, but I mean you went to school at the same time as Cam.
Oh yeah, but I was in the marching band.
I love that.
So yeah, I was the drums. But
It's just new.
but I was the drum person. They tell, don't play, but make it look like you playing. You know what I'm saying? I was never good at band, but both my brothers were in the band, so I did the band as well. But yeah, so our soccer team was really good. So we had won league in soccer for the second year in a row. We went undefeated, but we won league with 5 or 6 games left. We were undefeated, and so our coach brought a football out to practice and was like, "We need a kicker. Anyone want to do it? Who can kick this the farthest?"
Yeah.
And so we all just kind of soccer players. Everyone wants to kick a football as a soccer player. I can do that. So we all kind of had a turn to kick a football. I ended up kicking, I think it was a 60-yard field goal almost.
Really?
Something like that.
60-yard field goal in high school?
Oh, yeah. First time ever kicking a
First
football.
time?
Wow.
But it was not technique, all that was not good. None of that
Did it
was
go
It don't
through or
matter,
just
though.
hit the distance?
No, it went through the
Oh, it
uprights.
went
Yeah,
through
no.
uprights.
No, it went through the uprights.
What's your longest field goal?
Right now, 73.
73?
When was that?
That was, I think, not this last summer, but the summer before.
No rush.
No, it was all
It was
sticks. Sticks. There was a 20-mile-an-hour wind behind me. It was,
Yeah.
it was real nice. It was real nice.
What's your longest in a game? High school or
53.
college? 53 is your
Yeah,
longest?
against ASU. yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 5, 6 games. 4
Laces
games.
out or in?
What?
The laces. How do you want the laces?
Facing towards that way?
So you want them out?
That's
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's out.
Who kicks it, laces in?
Anybody that could kick the laces in.
Well, I mean, you can kick with the laces in, but
Yeah.
I thought always
I
has to be
mean,
laces out.
No, you want to technically hit it and spin it so he's not hitting the laces.
well, I mean,
but,
you could also
know,
say, do you want the ball way up there when you're catching, or do you want the ball at your chest?
well, for me, I can catch it blindfolded. So
Well, yeah, but
Ah.
it's the
Glove
same
guy
thing.
question.
It's does the QB want the snap almost over his head, or does he want it right
Yeah.
there? You obviously want that, but I mean, we're lucky enough to have a good snapper and hold it away.
But
It's almost all that.
if those laces are toward you,
Yeah, you still
does
got
it
to kick the ball.
affect you at all? Or you not even really looking down, right?
I mean, the whole snap kick operation happens in 1, 2, 1, 3 seconds, 1.1 or 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah.
So you're not really thinking about that. I can't tell I can tell after you can kind of see, but I'm not thinking, oh, these laces are gonna be back or anything like that.
What's going through your mind that moment when you do the
When you
the
do
2
that.
steps back and what's going on in your mind?
When you
do you
set
try
up-
to not think, or do you
Not much really.
you don't think it's like a tunnel
It's
vision, or
kinda
do you have anything that you do?
Before the field goal, I'm kicking in the net, gets the third down. I run over my coach. Could be a field goal, could be whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen. I kind of talk to my holder. I'm like, if we're kicking into the wind, I kind of have him lean the ball a little different so it cuts through the wind a little better. So on and so forth. Kicking with the wind at the back, it's more upright, stuff like that. And then I know just solid contact, the ball will go through kind of. And then not too worried about anything else. And then when I get into my field goal steps, I'm like, it's pretty fine.
You're kicking with the inside, right?
You kick with like that bone.
Yeah, right up here.
Yeah, you kick kind of like right up there, like a little high on your foot. But yeah, you kick like the lower third of the football as well.
I was a punter.
Yeah, punter.
Punter.
Yeah, I punted in high school.
Completely different.
I was gonna say that's an offensive
No,
statement to a kicker.
I punted in
No,
high
no,
school.
no.
This man,
I
this
used
man's
to
kicking,
I
No,
used to
kickers
punt.
are punt and kick. They can do both. If
Yeah.
punter goes down,
trying to protect
his
my
ass
guy.
is gonna get there and
Yeah.
punt.
It's a dual threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
You
I-
do kickoffs too, right?
Yeah, I hit
Yeah.
kickoffs as well.
He
But
does. He boots him.
yeah, but if Eddie somehow went down, we have a backup punter, like his name's Aiden Sleep Dalton, and we got Will Rose as well who
Sleep.
can punt. But yeah.
Who's the holder?
Will Rose.
Oh, so punters are holding.
Yeah.
See, that
So,
wasn't like that when we was in school.
No, see so there's still some coaches, like I'm pretty sure Nick Saban in Alabama, he's big into QB holding.
Yeah, QB
Yeah.
holding,
I think
receiver
always-
holding. We was the ones
You
that
can't
were
tell
holding.
for a trick play.
Georgia, same thing. They had their QB holding.
Yeah.
But I personally like the punter holding because the QB's got a lot of stuff going on in practice.
Yeah.
But I can always get my punter and work on field goals.
Yeah.
Versus if they're doing offensive drives, I can't get my punter and go kick the other way or whatever. So like it's a little different, but yeah, I mean it'd be fine.
Yeah,
like-
it depends. Like we had the receivers and the quarterbacks are our holders.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just what
we
it
have
was.
one of our backup QBs. Gage is one of our holders. So
Yeah.
What was your like worst moment kicking?
I'd say UCLA last year.
Did we beat them?
We
Yes,
beat them.
we did beat them.
Yeah.
So
Corey-
yeah, we beat them
Corey pick
by
six.
3 points. But
We only beat them by 3?
yeah,
It was a very close rival game, away game, you know,
Really?
hostile
we beat them by 3
territory.
points. I'd say that was like it wasn't like my like worst moment. Like, but I just personally didn't like
You
that
didn't like
game
the way
for
you
myself.
felt when you kicked the ball.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I just didn't do what I normally do. Like we go out for the first field goal. Some stuff happens. I end up kicking my holder's foot.
Well-
I miss a field goal.
Oh, so
What,
So that's
what
like-
happened? Why that happen?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons why that happened, but ultimately that's on me. Like I can't kick his foot. Like
Right.
that's on. Like you're not supposed to kick his foot. Like there's a lot of
How are you
reasons.
kicking this? I'm trying to think.
So like the snap, it was a little high. He ended up getting
Which
up.
leg did you kick?
The foot. So like he's holding like
Yeah,
this.
that's
The
what I'm
foot
saying.
that's
Hold
down.
on. Okay,
So he ended up getting up a bit and moving his foot a little inside, a little towards where his spot was, and then he put it down.
Got it.
And so I ended up kicking his foot. That's on me.
Why
Like,
didn't you scream at him and say, "Move your foot"?
I wasn't really thinking his foot was in the way in the moment, but
No, I mean after you hit it, you should have been like,
I didn't know I hit his foot.
Film room.
Yeah, film. Like I saw it after, but I was like, oh, I missed that. And then we end up going down. We hit a 43, I think, yard field goal, and then we go out for another field goal towards the end of half. I missed that one as well, but then luckily, I think Shane Lee or
Pick,
Makai
yeah.
Blackman, one of them got an
pick.
interception.
Yeah.
And then we ended up getting to the 49-yard field goal. We missed the first one. We didn't miss it. It was like, well, we missed it, but it was like short by like a yard. But they called timeout. And then we went to the sideline and I was like, okay, just hit this one harder. And just actually put like a ton of power into it because we were kicking into a little bit of a wind. And like I just hit the ball smooth and clean on the first one. It didn't go in. I was like, okay, you got to put a decent amount of power into this. So I hit more power. It went in. So yeah.
have you? And I don't even know, but have you had a chance to kick in somewhat bad weather? I guess Oregon State.
Oregon
No?
State.
Sunny
No, we
California.
played them early last year, so that was fine. I guess
Notre Dame. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't that bad. Like it was
Yeah.
from what was. So we were told by a coach to think about Oklahoma weather before that game. Never been to
No.
Oklahoma
Think about
Never will be.
Oklahoma
Newberry.
weather
because they were saying that the wind was going to be really gusty and all that, and they were like, think about the wind that you had at Oklahoma.
You're
and I was like,
Was not there.
Rome transfer.
Never been to
I'm a
Oklahoma,
walk
but
on.
I don't know. I was thinking about it though. Thinking about all the wind, but yeah, no, I didn't really think too much about that.
Do you and I'll ask you this because I just want to know for my own self reason. So when they try to ice you,
I don't care.
do you like these or do you like
I actually like. I don't know. Like it doesn't really bother me. Like I'm gonna kick it anyway. Like you kick the ball, okay. Got to kick it again.
but some people are mentally strong. No,
Yeah. He sounds mentally strong.
Yeah, some people a
This man
timeout will screw them completely up. Now they all out of whack.
Well, the thing is, like the timeout is not going to change the distance of the kick. It's not gonna change the people blocking for you. We got good blockers up there. It's not gonna change anything else. Like I gotta kick the ball either way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you do.
I'm not gonna change like how you kick, as well as in that moment. I'm sure you all been in good big time moments. Like you're not thinking, oh wow, they iced me. Like you're thinking, okay, just kick the ball through the uprights.
See, typically hers when I was playing, I really didn't with my kickers.
Right.
I just didn't. But
Yeah,
all
well-
my kickers in the pros, I with all of them. We used to go out, hang out, every last one. So they was cool. They was like, they did what we did basically.
Do you feel the camaraderie as part of the team or no?
Yeah, I think I talked to almost everyone on the team.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Everyone on the
saying. I
team
can
talks-
tell. That's why I said that. Billy
Feel
Cundiff
really
in
good.
Dallas was like, man, get away from over here.
Yeah.
But we had John Hall with the Jets. That was like, John was like, he was basically us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just was a kicker. Hang out, go out, do whatever.
Yeah.
Tom Tupa, same thing. Just go out, do whatever.
I like that. Do you want to do you like relish in the possibility of getting the winning moment?
I mean, every kicker wants to kick a game-winning field goal, but
I would be like
so, like, I
super
want-
nervous and just hope they score.
Oh, like
get the touchdown.
Type of day, man.
like if they
You know?
if they score, even better.
Right. But
Like I'd like to beat every
But you
team
want that
by
walk-off.
60 points.
You've had a walk-off before, right?
Nope, never kicked a game-winning field goal. We had a attempt against Arizona. Some stuff happened. We didn't end up getting to kick the
got it.
That was
game-winning
iced.
field goal. I wasn't iced.
You weren't iced.
Some other people had some things, but I mean, like it's anything. Like we're playing in front of 70,000 people. A lot of pressure. Like 70, 80,000 people. A lot of pressure. Like
Right.
you can't just like. Yeah, it sucks, but like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah, we out of Matica, a dude named Grammatica who kicked with me when I was playing for Tampa Bay. Him and his brother actually kicked in Arizona.
Yeah.
And he kicked in Tampa. And Grammatica was a mother.
I remember him, yeah.
He come to the sideline. He told me one time, he go, I'm about to send this mother home and hit like a 55-yarder going away. It was over. It was a wrap. He didn't, but that was him.
Yeah.
That was him and his brother and them. They just felt a certain way.
Yeah.
You could hear it when he came off the foot. Boom.
oh yeah,
You could just hear. You knew.
Yeah.
We
Well,
got this.
yeah. It's kind of interesting with kicking and punting. Like you can hear, like if the kicks like you can hear the different sound. Like
Yeah.
it makes a different sound, completely different.
It's like catching a football. I could tell when a dude's struggling to catch it.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's playing volleyball.
Yeah.
It does. Just boom. Versus a guy where you just don't even hear it. It's just smooth and just touches his hands.
Yeah.
Jump shot too.
Is there a kicker that you emulate yourself or look up to?
Nah, I like all kickers. I don't know. Like I don't like I'm kind of new. Like I got into this my junior, senior year of high school.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna watch this kicker. I'm gonna watch this kicker. Like I always like watching the kickers,
Yeah.
but like I kind of like watch them all because they're all completely different. Like if you look at them all,
Yeah.
no one's the same. Like
Right.
they have like similar styles, but no one's the same. So it's kind of interesting to like watch them all and see what they all do, I guess.
But what's different? Other than it, one guy misses, one guy makes it. Like how's it
like
different?
you can have steps, swings, like
It's steps and stuff
steps,
like that.
swings.
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's some coaches that like teach to be more like upright and prancy, like kind of like ballet, I guess. Like towards the ball, like they're like standing up, like straight up, like hands out, like that. Like there's coaches that teach that. There's coaches that
I
teach
remember
like
the guy that used to kick
hunch
like
over.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know people that.
Remember that guy at Notre Dame
Yeah.
years ago? He used to kick like that.
Although I know a kicker that kicks like that right now. Like everyone's completely different. Like you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
like. I mean, some people are like 6'5", like I'm like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
I saw a 6'9" guy on social media yesterday.
There was,
this tall kickers are tall, man.
He missed the
Yeah.
field goal, but
You know.
you know.
Majority
Oh,
of them are taller
Top of that.
guys.
Well, adding
Love
on
that.
to you, Dennis. I mean, they might not know, but he got put on scholarship recently
Yeah.
after his
Congrats.
53-yarder that he brought up earlier against
Hell
Arizona
yeah, that's what's
State.
up.
I mean,
I love that.
had a speech after for
Oh,
us
his
as well.
parents
Like,
like,
you know,
Huh?
Parents happy as hell,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
They just got a raise. Parents got a raise, man.
Yeah.
Hell
Pretty
yeah.
expensive.
Dennis, do you have a superstition before each game? None of you kids.
Also, going back to music, I listen to Adele.
You listen to Adele before each?
Yeah, like Set Fire to the Rain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
Stuff
that's different because
like
you're
that.
kicking.
I get
You're
it.
not, you know, it's not
Yeah,
like
Adele.
that.
You know, like I listen to
Well,
like
there's a certain Adele.
Hello,
Yeah.
it's Dennis.
no.
I don't think he's doing that.
I also listen to like a bunch of like my playlist is like I'll go from an Adele song to like a Drake to like
For the dog.
I don't know to like YG to like,
Okay, that threw me off.
Like I'll go to so much.
I like it.
Until I'll go to like Around the World, like the song Around the World. I don't know who it's by, but like I'll go to like all the different songs. It's kind of
that
weird.
one.
I'll go to Then I'll go to that one. Then I'll go to country.
I don't know
like,
either.
It like you don't even like that. No one ever gives me ox, and there's a reason why.
I wouldn't.
Oh
No.
man, you don't get the ox.
Oh no,
Or Miller.
like it's because
We just learned about this on the last one.
yeah, I won't get the ox because I'll go for like the songs will all be fine.
You sound a little all over the place. So
Yeah,
you need to
they
worry
just hate
about
the fact
ox,
it's
yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like the songs are fine, they just don't like.
I'm
the
actually
fact
with
it's
you
all
on
over
it
the
though.
place.
I like it. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back.
And we're back after that flamboyant personality shown by Dennis and Mr. Deuce Robinson back on the Almost Pro episode TA Networks. We had a huge event at Galen Center. It was extremely viral. And we also had Deuce Robinson and Denis Lynch involved in it. They both were in a skills challenge. So talking about that, how that was for both of you guys. I'll start with Deuce.
Yeah, man, it was a blast. It was a really well put together event. I had a great time. Got to participate in the skills event.
Yeah. Boom some.
With Zay, Juju. Dunked in Crocs. Got a strong lecture from multiple people for that.
about
dunking in Crocs. Apparently I could have gotten hurt.
Hey,
So,
I mean, we had BG jump over Caleb, it was an injury-free type of night,
Hey,
Only
blessed.
live once.
Blessed. But yeah, it was I had a blast.
I had a great time too. I know Dennis had fun too. Dennis was talking about how he doesn't have much experience in the basketball realm, but of course soccer and football is his thing and his niche. So talking about your incident.
Well, first off, I got a text saying, "Do I want to be in this thing?" And I was like, why not?" And then I realized I might actually have to play basketball, and so I was like, oh, I've never played basketball really. Like, obviously, like I've played like knockout that stuff. Like I've never played on a basketball team. Don't know anything about basketball. Don't know the rules. Only ever been to 3 basketball games, and they were every home game when we played UCLA. I've been to a lot of women's basketball team. I've been to a lot of their games.
Okay.
But because Ty, one of my friends, his sister is committed there, so I go to a lot of their games.
Shout out to Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to
She
Brooklyn.
just reclassed, I think, as well.
Type of day.
Yeah. I missed my first layup, and then made the second one, and then felt pretty proud of myself.
The
Shoot or
dribbling,
shoot.
the shooter do shoot. Dribbling was for sure under review on that. We might have to work on that for a future time in the summertime. We do play pickup in the summertime, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little suspect, Dennis.
No,
I was a little worried.
I played pickup with you guys, I think, one time in the Lions Center.
I had it on video. I interviewed you that day.
I was subbed out after 2 plays or something. I don't know what they're called. Like they went down the court, they passed the ball to me. I shot. I think I missed the whole basket, like the whole thing.
The backboard included?
Yeah, the backboard.
Type of day.
We went back. We went back down. We went to shoot. They shot. They scored. Subbed right out, and that was that.
Just so you guys know, you don't sub and pick up basketball. You just play. You just play.
They was running 4 on 5.
You pick 5 and you play. They had to find somebody not off the street but off the court. Hey, can you sub him real quick? You play? Yeah, get him up out of here. Yeah. I mean, but overall, event was great. Any other highlights you guys had besides just you guys' own, parts in it?
Sweetie, if you see this, you're beautiful. Just throwing that out there.
He knows me as Batman, but recently I've been more of a Frozone kind of guy. Really big on ice and icy activity.
Ice Spice.
So all hands, nope, not Ice Spice, please. We'll handle that later. Dennis, did you have?
I had fun. I had to leave after my skills challenge because I had
You subbed out again, or
no? I probably would have been, but I had a 3-paper essay due, so I had to leave.
big class guy?
What class?
Hip hop history.
So you missed the whole performance. You missed all the icy Frozone activity.
Yes.
You missed YG. I thought YG came out and just brought some great energy.
Great energy.
You said you liked YG, so I'm just surprised you missed him.
I was kind of sad, but had to do a 3-page essay, and it was worth 100 points. And I hope I at least get a good grade.
What'd you write it on?
Drake's new album.
For all the dogs.
Okay.
See, everything comes full circle. I mean, it's just for all the dogs.
I love it.
I mean, well, yes. At USC, we are, big class guys on off the field, and obviously walk-on lives do matter. So shout out to me, walk-on lives matter, and shout out to our boy.
I used to be one.
I know you changed up, bro. You
change
you
up.
got big money now, bro. Start walking around. You know what I'm saying, with scholarship. So just me versus the world now. We're gonna wrap this up though. I mean, Deuce Robinson, the man who plays receiver and will put his hand in the dirt if need be. Coach Lincoln, whatever you can do, he'll handle it and enhance it and find it. And Dennis, the soccer turned kicker, USC football, now on scholarship and not part of the Walk On Lives Matter movement. I am Frozone, supporter of IC Activity, aka L Books. And I want to shout out Mr. Keyshawn for coming on the podcast and just making it great. Just giving his insight. It was good seeing him. Last time I saw him was his birthday party. It's been a long time since I've seen him, so it was great. Little touch base with that. And
did we ever figure out what that taco shop was called?
I got their number. I'm not gonna lie, it was like 100 bands per taco. I fully got their number. Oh yeah, no, I can't afford this yet. Keyword on yet though. It was a long time ago. And then shout out to John. Right now he's handling Tenderfest right now, a big event. He's doing a great job with Almost Pro and balancing everything he does, and just a guy. So shout out to him for making it all possible, and our whole crew. We're signing off on Yay Networks with Almost Pro.